What does the future hold? Will it be full of fast cars, flying saucers, space travel, sex robots, and weird things we can't even conceive? Or will it be an apocalypse wasteland where we all have to fight to the death for a bad cut of steak? Now, we don't really know what the future holds, but it's always fun to speculate. Today we will be taking our best guesses based on the technology that we have today on what could be on the horizon. Hello again, Most Amazing Top 10 family. I am your host, Jade Arena, and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Today we're going to be opening up a wormhole and bring you today's list of top 10 scary technologies from the future. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, and stick around until the end of this video because I'm going to be answering some questions from my Instagram inbox. If you want me to answer your question, you can hit me up through the gram, and without taking any longer, let's get into this list. Coming in number 10, we have Elon Musk's brain chips. So Elon has a plan for everyone. He has a plan for the future, a future where you don't need to use your pesky arms anymore because all technology will be controlled by a chip in your brain. Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. Someone to drill a hole into my skull so I can control my toaster with my thoughts. I mean, I'm sure that there will be people lining up to get this implanted into their head, but you won't catch me getting the Generation 1 brain chip. The last thing you want is to have it installed and then learn that one of the side effects is that you now have an urge to make out with your blender. Coming in at number 9, we have hyperspeed travel. Now, I'm not talking about some Star Wars stuff where we're going to be blasting off into hyperspeed through to other planets. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm leaning towards is how we already have started making some crazy high-speed travel with things like the Hyperloop. If you are unfamiliar with this is the brainchild of the already mentioned Elon Musk. He wanted to find a way to cut down on the traffic in LA, and while everyone was thinking that we should be taking to the skies, flying around like the Jetsons, he realized that that is not the answer. The answer is in fact underground, a tunnel that goes from one city to another and has some pretty amazing tech behind it. If I get any of this information wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure the Hyperloop works with two things: a vacuum airtight tunnel and magnetic propulsion. You have magnets pushing against each other to push an object forward. This allows it to create motion without friction, which allows it to move faster, and they reduce the wind resistance by taking the air out of the tunnel, and then things move even faster. So that's what we have now. What will we have in the future? Maybe you could do a trip to New York in like 20 minutes. Coming in at number 8, we have work in VR. Virtual reality is really starting to hit the mark where people are getting blown away. We have games like Half-Life Alyx right now that are really pushing what the technology can do and show the world what the future of VR might be. So it's only a matter of time before people are straight up living in VR for their work. Think about it. You can get a job playing an NPC in a video game that you love, and that's where you spend all of your time. Think about it. MMOs like World of Warcraft are great, but imagine if every NPC in the world was played by a real person. Imagine if a company hired people to play NPCs in a game so the player's interaction felt real, and you could have a unique quest that a person dreamt up on the spot. That'd be one of the most insane lives that you could ever come across. But that means it would be some people's job to get killed all day long. Alright, coming in at number 7, we have VR sports. We are already starting to see some esports come in and take a big chunk of the sport viewing market. Did you know that more people watch the League of Legends final than the MLB final and the NHL final combined? We are going to see a huge insurgence of competitive gaming into the fray in the near future, and VR tech is also becoming better. We might get to the point where there are new sports in VR. Think about it. You get transported into a game and you play with your full body, running around, jumping on things like you're in Ready Player One. You could straight up have a game where you're a wizard and you have wizard battles in the game. The next LeBron James could be some dude who knows how to cast the best fireball. Coming in at number 6, we have terraforming tech. As we start dipping deeper and deeper into space, we are eventually going to start building life on other planets. We are going to get that Mars colony going. Anyone want to be on the first rocket to head over to the red planet? Yeah, me neither. Now, the scary part about this isn't so much the idea of having planets with colonies on them, but it's more the idea that you could be born on another planet. You could be a little Mars kid that thinks the whole world is supposed to be dead and red all the time. You can't go anywhere without a spacesuit, and there would be a whole bunch of new diseases waiting for you to ruin your day on these new worlds. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my chances on the one we have over here with the air and the food and the people and the millions of miles closer to the life-giving sun. That's what I like a lot. Coming in at number 5, we have robot partners. Dating is hard. You gotta talk to someone and yeah, that's That's pretty much the worst part. No, it can be really hard to meet someone who you have a good vibe with, who you think is attractive, and they have great taste in memes. So I understand when people are so desperate to meet someone, because even though the dating world can be trash, people still find it worthwhile to push through and find someone they genuinely like and want to be with for the rest of their life. Well, in the future, if you have enough money, you might not need to wait to meet that special person. You might be able to just go online and build the partner of your dreams, and you won't even be able to tell the difference. Other than them being strangely obedient, this spouse would be indistinguishable from a real person, and some massive company would be profiting off of your need for love, which is already happening with dating apps, so that's not a huge shock. Coming in at number 4 is weaponry. You know what the world looked like before the nuke, before the tank, before the gun? Well, it wasn't exactly safer, but it was a little bit harder to kill people on a large scale in a matter of seconds. Now we can only imagine what's on the horizon when it comes to weapons of mass destruction. What could be the next nuke? Will it be something that destroys us in a physical way, or will it be something that attacks us spiritually or psychologically? Will it be some sort of app that makes you go crazy from looking at it, like the monster in Bird Box? Coming in at number 3, we have time travel. You know what? I like the flow of time the way that it is. I like things moving forward, and even though there have been a ton of horrible things that have happened, we are still here. There hasn't been a series of chain events that have happened to end humanity. Now, if someone got their hands on a time machine, even though they thought they were doing something good, the chain reaction could ruin everything and bring forth the end of days. Like if you go back in time and kill Hitler, that is the most classic move that everyone says they would do if they got a time machine. Well, what if you kill him and then things only got worse? What if the person that took his place made some tactical decisions to help Germany win the war, and then the whole world looks like a way worse place? So time travel might look like something cool, but in the long run it could screw everything up. Coming in at number 2, we have artificial intelligence. This is one that everyone has been scared of since the movie Terminator came out. Robots or programs that can think for themselves. Now, people always think that once we get there, it's only a matter of time before this thing rises up and tries to kill us. I have to say that I am not one of those people. We have no idea what this thing would want, because it would be way smarter than we could possibly conceive. So its motivations would be beyond our own comprehension. That being said, it might want to kill us, so we should be very afraid. Coming in at number 1, we have genetics. Being sick is lame. No one likes getting cold. In fact, no one wants to even be short. But imagine a future where you don't have to worry about any of those things, where your genes can be reorganized to make perfect people who are super hot and have rock hard abs that never go away no matter how much junk you eat. Well, that might not be that far away. We already have gene manipulation tech like CRISPR, which allows people to rework their genetic code to become healthier and happier people. Now, this sounds amazing, but what might end up happening is this will become an elitist technology. Only rich and powerful people will have the money to have super babies, and everyone who can't afford it will be sick and helpless. That doesn't sound like a very bright future. A future where rich snobs are now not only more wealthy than the poor, but they're also genetically engineered to be better. Alright everyone, that has been our list. Now I'm going to answer some questions from my Instagram inbox. Emma Rose O'Connell wrote in and asked, what is your zodiac sign? And if you could choose your zodiac sign, which would you choose? I'm a Taurus, I think. I heard that the zodiac signs moved or something. I really don't know anything about this stuff other than some things that girls have told me on dates. In terms of what sign I would pick, I have zero preference because I know nothing about them. But when I was a kid, I really wanted to be a dragon from the Chinese zodiac because it's a freaking dragon, dude. That's the coolest thing of all time. Why would you not want to be a dragon? C. Carvalho 1203 wrote in and asked, what was your favorite food as a kid? It's kind of hard to remember what would drive me crazy as a kid. I remember that I used to have a ritual of eating waffles on the weekends and I loved it. I would put corn syrup on them. Looking back on that now, it is disgusting because I was probably screwing up my insides so hard from doing that. Also, I love spaghetti and meatballs, which I still love now, but I'll switch out the noodles for something healthier like zucchini noodles. And our last question comes in from Smith's Photography, who wrote in and asked, what were your childhood fears? When I was a kid, I was afraid of anything supernatural, like ghosts and all that kind of stuff. It started because when I was 3 years old, my sister told me there were monsters under my bed, and it screwed me up super hard. I couldn't sleep for like a week after that, or so my mom told me. I was too young to remember any of this, but I think that moment had lasting effects throughout my childhood. Alright everyone, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Until next time, I've been your host, Jade Arena, and be careful because who knows what the future holds. Bye. Today we will be taking our best guesses based on the technology today we will be